Hey everybody, welcome into another edition of Make Every Second Count Live with me, your host and international award-winning Make Every Second Count speaker, Jeff Marconette Jr. Now guys, I am freaking pumped up about tonight because we're going to be learning from an awesome person, a brother of mine, a brother from another mother of mine, a fellow black belt speaker that I am just excited to hear from. So I ask you guys if you would please share this video out. Invite all kinds of other people to watch it. And don't forget to give us all kinds of thumbs up, hearts, frowny faces, cry faces. Heck, you can even get mad at us. I don't care. And please keep the comments coming because my mentor, Dr. Ruben West, always says that we want to have more of a conversation than just make a presentation. So ask as many questions as you would like, and if they are good, I will ask them or answer them on the air. If they're not good, I'm going to ignore you. But please just keep putting them in the comment section. I would love that. But with no further ado, I would like to bring to the stage the man, the myth, the legend, Barrett Matthews.
Jeff, my man, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm fantastic. How are you?
I am doing marvelously well and improving.
That's fantastic. I love that answer right there. Actually, I say stuff like that all the time.
Yes, sir. You gotta do that, man.
I tend to say to tell people that I am so great that if I was any better, there would be two of me, and the world can't handle two of me. So, but if you would like to go through a short introduction about yourself, tell everybody who you are, where you're from, and what you do, I would appreciate it. But I'm going to be inviting a few people on my phone, so I'm looking down, but I am paying attention.
I know that, brother. You're always with me. So check it out. I am Dr. Barrett Matthews. I am from Maryland. Actually, I'm from a town called Glenarden, Maryland. And if you know anything about college basketball, the NC State championship back in '83, Derek Wittenberg was a star. He grew up in my neighborhood. Just so you know that little context there. But I have always been someone that felt that I should be doing something different than everybody else. I always walked to the beat of a different drummer. Not too crazy, but just a little different than everyone else. So when they were out doing certain things, I just did a little something different. And that has led me to where I am now because I'm from a town from an area where a lot of people work for the government. A lot of people either went in the military, Happy Veterans Day to the veterans out there. But a lot of people went into the military. And I didn't do that, and I didn't want to work for the government. So I went a different path. I went into the media, and I wanted to work in the media, so I ended up working in television. I was fortunate enough to get my first job out of college working for the #1 news station in Washington, D.C. Believe it or not, that is so rare. I was assistant director there. Then I got up to New York. My second job was working at CBS Sports, which was a dream of mine. In college, I didn't think I was going to get to do it 2 years out of school. So I got to do that as well. And then I got into the business sector of things, and I was able to do real estate appraisal. And then I got into doing some insurance opportunities as well. And someone saw the way I worked with people, and they told me I ought to be coaching some people. So I started coaching, and the next thing I know, I started speaking. And I meet a gentleman by the name of Dr. Ruben West, who introduced me to someone named Jeff Marconette. And it was after that, the rest is history. I got to meet some incredible people, some incredible world leaders, and it's just been a whirlwind from there. And we both know, Jeff, we both know Dr. Clyde Rivers, who is an incredible human being. I got to talk to him today, and he bestowed me with some incredible honors. That it's just been a whirlwind of fun, and I just thank God for the opportunities, because I prayed for this, and God is just blessing me. So I'm just grateful for it, man.
That is fantastic. I'm so happy to hear that you were doing so well. And how was Dr. Clyde?
He is wonderful. He just got back home he was in Africa for a while. Then he had to go to Vegas. Now he's home in California. I said, go get some sleep because your body doesn't know where it is right now.
Yeah, that's interesting. So I know personally that life has a tendency to throw things in the way of us moving forward with our lives.
Yes.
Now, when I was 17, I was involved in a very serious car accident. I spent 2.5 months in a coma, and I was told I probably wouldn't walk again. But guess what? I am. And there's no stopping me now. I'm going above and beyond, trust me.
I know that.
So I have to ask, well, first of all, I have to say that I feel personally that there are some things that we have to grow through in order to get through. And we can't just go through things, or we're just going to keep repeating those things.
True.
So I think that growing is teaching us a lesson, or whatever we're going through is trying to teach us a lesson, trying to help us grow in one way or another. So has there been anything in your life that you have had to grow through?
A lot. A lot of things I've had to grow through, and they all require change. And that's the thing a lot of people have a problem with. Our friend Dr. George Fraser, I remember a quote that he said that if you don't like change, you're really going to hate growth. And because it gets hard, it's painful. So yeah, I've gone through a few. Right now, I'm currently dealing with one, and that is the fact that me and my siblings are having to take care of our parents, and it's a challenge, and not so much of a challenge from the physical standpoint, but it's a challenge just from the emotional standpoint. My mother, who she has dementia right now. My father recently lost a leg, dealt with a cancer battle as well. I'm blessed because I have my parents. And I don't want to belittle that because I know a lot of people here do not. My parents, my dad is 93. My mother will be 91 next month. So I am super blessed, and I am grateful to God every day for them and for any time I have with them. And it's not watching them age that is the problem. It's watching them not be who they were. That's the issue. My mother having dementia, it pains me to have her not understand something I just told her a few minutes ago, and it hurts me. My father, because he's dealing with some infections that come in there. I didn't realize that infections can mess with your mental state, that he has hallucinating things sometimes, and then he has one leg now. So it's hard to see those things, but I appreciate the time with them. It's one of those things that, it's a backward and forward. You feel sad for them 1 minute, but you're so grateful the next minute. And those are things we just have to work through. And running a business at the same time, I tell you, Jeff, I'm grateful to God that I have siblings, because I know people who are dealing with this by themselves, or some who have siblings, but the siblings don't help. So I'm grateful to that, but it's still, everybody has a role in it. When you have siblings, everybody has their own distinct lane that they're in. And we just have to respect each other and work through that, and give each other space too. Like sometimes one of my siblings may have to go take a break, take a vacation. So we just have to go and let them have that space. And the other ones have to pick up the slack. So it's just stuff like that we're working through.
Yeah. So all right. First of all, I need to say that has to be one of the worst things, because watching a parent, someone that took care of you, someone that loved you, someone that was there for you, watching them go through something like that, watching them deteriorate in front of your eyes, has to be the hardest thing on earth.
It is hard.
Okay. Well, it's not the hardest thing on earth.
It's just hard. Yeah,
but it is extremely hard. So, how exactly did that make you feel?
Well, at first, with my mom, it started with my mother, with her having dementia, and my dad was perfectly fine then. My dad was, he was walking, he was getting up driving every day at 91 years old. He still he was still, but he would call meetings with us to say what we have to do to help take care of my mother. It was, and so we had to adjust to taking care of her because we weren't used to either one of them, being in that situation. So the good thing is my mother, contrary to what I hear from other families, she was easier to deal with as far as her personality. I heard a lot of people say when their parent or someone has dementia, they get real ornery and they get combative. My mother is like you, right? My mother has been docile. She may every now and then say, "No, I don't want to do that," but you ask her 5 minutes later, and she'll do it. And so it's just one of those things that she's real easygoing, which is totally unlike her how she used to be. But it makes it easier. And so then my father, and let me get back to that. One of the hardest parts with my mother was when we went to the doctor one day and they asked her, do you know what month it is? And she said February, and it was August. And then they asked her who the president was, and she thought it was Kennedy. And so it's stuff like that. And I had to sit there with a straight face the whole time, as if I didn't know that it was wrong. And I just had to sit there. Not me and my sister. That was extremely hard because I'm watching this woman who was very smart just go through this. And it was difficult. Then with my father has always been just that man. He was that guy. He was the leader of the house, and he was well read, very smart man, very just he was that guy. He made me who I am. And then we saw him I remember it was right before his birthday, right before his 92nd birthday. He got sciatica. And he was right. He was writhing in pain, and there was nothing we could do about it because sciatica is it has to come and go, and it took forever. And he was just begging for some pain medicine or something. We took him to the ER so many times, and the ER is like, "There's nothing we can do except give you pain meds." And then, right after sciatica started subsiding, he had a pain in his leg and in his foot, mainly in his foot. And what happened was, that led to him having to have his leg amputated. And yeah, man, that was hard. And it wasn't so much hard for me to deal with my dad having his leg amputated. It was just hard for me to see him have to deal with that. And that's tough. That's the thing. It's just the pain of watching, like you said earlier, the pain of watching someone that you love like that go through those things, and it's really difficult. And so then we're dealing with him and her at the same time, and my mother, we've got it, so it's kind of easy right now because it's pretty much a routine. But my dad, things are still changing because what we found out is while he was dealing with that stuff, before he had his leg amputated, they found some cancer in his body. So he had to go through radiation at 92 years of age.
Wow.
Yeah. So
it just keeps piling on, doesn't it?
Yes. But I gotta say though, my dad he's funny because when they said that, Mr. Matthews, we see something in there and we wondered it might even be cancer, he goes, "It's about time." I said, "What?" He said, "I'm 90 years old. It's got to be something."
Yeah. Well, wow. That's a great attitude. I mean, especially because when you have an attitude and you're going into a battle such as cancer, I think, I know that there are scientific studies that have been shown that when you approach them with a positive attitude, you're much more likely to get through.
I agree. I totally agree because and that's a lot of people don't really talk about that when it comes to health. Your attitude has a lot to do with things and how you accept them, and how you with your mind, how you're going to accept things in or not, or whether you're going to say, nope, I'm not going to accept this. And it has a lot to do with how you get healthy, or how you get sicker, just your attitude as well. So he was good with that. And he was very, very brave, and his attitude was pretty good, even with his leg. What surprised us, I remember we were there, my siblings and I were at the hospital after the surgery. And when they told us we can go in and see him, we go in and see him. He's sitting up in the bed with a smile on his face. It occurred to me, he had spent almost a year in pain every single day. He wasn't in pain.
Yeah.
Yes, his leg was gone, but he wasn't in pain. And I said, you know what? That's got to be a relief, not to be in pain. So that's the way I looked at it. And even right now he's in pain again. So I'm just praying that it doesn't last too long. But I just I love the man, and I love my mother as well. So we're just there for him. And I'm just glad that my siblings are helpful with it. But a lot of times with me and my siblings, we have work to do. We have to take care of ourselves and our family. So, we're as we're going through stuff, we have to just say, you know what, I got to go take care of my parents. And it wasn't until a friend of mine said to me, your time is not your own anymore. It didn't occur to me until she said that. I said, you know what? She's right. I'm sitting there, and that it was a big burden just taken off of me when she said that. Because once I accepted that my time belongs to them, I wasn't scrambling. I wasn't struggling with the time thing. I just said, hey, if I got to go be with them, I got to go be with them. Take your laptop with you. You may need it, So it's just, I just got to go be with them if I need to. And it helped me a great deal to deal with those things, to fight through it.
So if this whole thing taught you one thing or two things, what exactly would those one or two things be?
Wow, great question. Great question. Well, in dealing with my parents, I learned that focusing on me is not that important. They gave everything to raise 4 kids. They took care of us, and I realized that focusing on me is just not that important. It really isn't. And it also taught me what me and my siblings are capable of when we work together. And not just that, even my extended family and friends, because they all chip in and help with us as well, because they all chip in and help. One thing that I have to say is that, growing up with my grandparents, and I knew all of my grandparents, we never had this to where my parents had to just stop and go take care of them like this. So this is all new to us. So it's very new to us, is taking care of our parents like this. So, we're learning as we go. So it's good to know that I have the support system with my siblings and with my aunts and uncles, my cousins, my friends. Our next door neighbor, I just talked to him today. He said, hey man, let me know anything you need. And we're like that. And it just helps to know that you have that around me. So I learned that you don't have to do everything by yourself. Some people, are doing it by themselves, but look, seek outside help, man. Seek some people that can help you in any way, just to give you a break so you can just go out and watch a movie or something, just to get a break, because you will drive yourself into an early grave if you try to do everything yourself and handle everything yourself. Because I always tell people, God put us here to be interdependent, not independent. And
wow.
So it's just a matter, we're here for each other. So that's one thing I got out of things, and I live by that we have to rely on each other and look to each other's support. It doesn't mean you have to just, take advantage of people, but we do have to depend on one another to get along in this world.
Yeah. I met do you know the movie with Robin Williams called Patch Adams?
Oh yeah.
I've met that real Dr.
Really?
Patch Adams, and he's not nice, but you don't want to meet him. But that's not the point. The point is, he believes that, like, we live we are meant to live with other people. We are meant to live with other people supporting us and us supporting other people. And I think it is better when someone has a tribe around them or a community around them, or however you want to say it. But do you have any advice for people that do not have that community, do not have that tribe? Or I know we actually have Ben Bruce Chris in the comments here. He is from Nigeria originally, but he's in the Seychelles right now working. But he doesn't have siblings. He doesn't have a family, no parents left, nothing like that. So how would you suggest him going about life?
Well, the first thing is making sure that you have the attitude to want to know people. A lot of times people don't have people in life and they cut themselves off from people, and they have in their mind, I don't need people. I don't want. No, we do need people. We do need people. So that's the first thing, to make sure your attitude is welcoming for that. The next thing is, Dr. Myron Golden, who's a friend of mine, Myron Golden pointed out one time, he said that, look, in this day and age, there is no excuse for you not to know how to do anything, because with the internet, with all of the technology, we can get things done and we can learn so different things. So one thing you can do is join different groups online. There's so many different groups of people who would love to meet and network. Some of the networks have nothing to do with business. They're just friendship. Some of the people, you may find a network of people who don't have family, who would love to just get to know other people who don't have family, who are similar to them. There are so many different groups that you can connect with online. And so there's really, in this day and age, like Myron said, there's no excuse for you to say, I don't know how to do anything. Because there's so many things out there for you to learn. You can type in, how do I do this? And a whole bunch of stuff will pop up on your screen. You can do it in YouTube. There's videos showing you how to do things. There's so many things you can Google that'll tell you. It's just a matter of you having that want to and that desire in order to make it happen. There are people out there who would love to get to know you. There are people out there who would love to have community with you. There are people who may be in your next community that may want to get to know you, that you can meet in person. But if you don't engage with them, you won't know. And one thing I always say, when you're out in public, talk to people. Just talk to people. Just have a conversation. It's amazing. Someone said, well, I've known people to say, well, I'm too shy. I don't know how to start a conversation.
Say hi.
Well, yeah, extend your hand to shake their hand. You know what they'll do? They'll extend theirs too. When you extend
in the middle.
What'd you say?
You meet in the middle.
Yes, you meet in the middle. Oh, I like that. You meet in the middle, and it doesn't matter if you say hello, they say hello. When you extend that hand, they're going to extend theirs too, and you'll shake hands. Then you got a conversation starting. It's that simple. Yeah. But if you don't extend it, then it goes back to you not being open to it. It starts with you. So that's the best advice I have for that one, Jeff.
Wow, that's some great advice. And I hope he's actually taking notes, because I know he could benefit from hearing something like that. So he says, thank you for addressing his situation. He really appreciates that, my beloved brother.
Well, we appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, Ben Bruce.
Yeah, thank you, Ben Bruce. Glad to see you on here tonight. Sorry for keeping you up so late.
Oh, yeah.
And we also have Robert Brooker in the house. And
hey, Robert.
He is from Canada. So this is an international show. We have my dad, who is watching from across the street. We have my friend Diana Grau and my other friend Janet McGraw watching with us. So we appreciate all you guys. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. and we will see about getting them answered. But so I'm curious, what exactly do you do in your job?
Sure. What I do is I turn high achieving leaders into industry icons by using media. So a lot of people have worked in the C suite, whether it be CEO, CMO, CFO, whatever. And at a certain point in life, they're no longer working in that position. They may be retired by choice or they may have been forced out. And sometimes these same people sit back and go, okay, who the heck am I? What am I doing now? What should I do now? Well, I say you may be retired, but that doesn't mean that your knowledge has. What we want to do is use media to make you the go-to person. So we will create podcasts, we will create videos, we will create a TV channel for you. We'll create, even if you want to create a book, we'll work on your social media presence to make it so that you can be that person that people talk to. Same thing with people who have been in sports and professional sports. You've been praised and lauded your whole life for your athletic ability, and then it stops at some point. Well, that doesn't mean that you don't know the game. That doesn't mean you don't know a lot about leadership, because a lot of pro athletes know a great deal about leadership. And the same thing with those sports coaches. We want to help them as well. So those people, we want to talk to them and work with them to help them to find another identity by using media to do so. Because unfortunately, Jeff, a lot of people in those situations get very depressed, and some even think of suicide at that point, because they have attached themselves to that title for so long that they don't know what to do. And what we want to do is use media to help them so that they can actually become that industry icon or go-to person, so to speak.
Yes, that is really cool, and it sounds like something that I might be interested in.
Sounds good to me.
So, is there any contact information you would like to give out to people? And
Sure.
if not, that's okay too.
Sure. But main thing you can do is hit me on LinkedIn. Just go to Dr. Barrett Matthews on LinkedIn. You can find me there. And you can also schedule a time if you want to talk to me on LinkedIn as well. Or you can go to my website, which is www.mediabosspro.com. Media
Boss Pro.
Yep, exactly.
That's cool. Media Boss Pro.
Well, and it's funny because I've had people say, "Oh, you're the media boss." I say, "No, you're the media boss. The name media boss is about you. I want to get you to control your media. When you can control your media, you become the media boss."
That is really cool. So I'm going to have to look you up on LinkedIn, because I don't know if I have you or not.
Well, that's cool. I would love to be connected to you, my man. You know, me and you we go down like 4 flat tires, brother.
4 flat tires, that wouldn't be a good thing.
Well, I'm saying we're down like 4 flat tires. You know, we're down for each other like that. You know,
okay. All right. Because 4 flat tires wouldn't be good.
It's just an expression.
All right. Well, cool. So I want to add one final question in here. What exactly does make every second count mean to you?
It's kind of self-explanatory. Yeah, I remember a quote that the late great Kobe Bryant said, and that is that the biggest mistake that all of us make is thinking that we have more time.
Yeah.
And it's one of the things that we have to really take advantage of, because time is the one thing we cannot get back. We cannot make more of it. And if you're not making every second count, that time will be gone and you can never get it back again, and you cannot redeem it, and it's over.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate you taking the time out of your evening to be here with me and my viewers.
I'm honored.
I need you and everybody out there to do me a favor this week, next week, and for the rest of your life. I need you to make every second count. Why? Because you never know when your seconds will run out on your one life. Guys, I'll see you back here next Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And until then, have a fantastic week. Thanks again, Barrett.
Thank you, my man.
You can actually stick around, Barrett. This is too long. I don't like this ending screen.